Tonight, we're learning there's real anger roaming the halls of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue as the president's reportedly fuming and lashing out at his staffers for all of his failures. In a leak to NBC News, the first major leak coming out of this White House, besides all the Kamala complaining, Joe Biden is angry. He's frustrated and tired of his staff constantly walking back his comments, saying, quote, Biden is unhappy about a pattern that has developed inside the West Wing. He makes a clear and succinct statement, only to have aides rush to explain what he actually meant something else. He argues that he speaks genuinely and is reminding his staff that he is the one who's president. If you have to remind your staff that you're president, that's a problem. And remember, he had to remind himself that he was president a couple months ago. Remember, he said, sometimes I forget I'm not a senator anymore. If no one was cleaning up Joe's gas, we'd probably have U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. We'd be at war with China over Taiwan right now. And Andrew Cuomo would probably still be governor. Biden is shot. Everybody knows it. Even his own donors are starting to revolt and turn their backs on him. Quote, as Biden has gotten out in the country, he has also gotten an earful from Democrats about what his administration is or isn't doing. People confront him. All he's hearing is, why can't you get anything done? Explains why his approval rating in his own state of Delaware is down to 35%. Do you think Barack Obama was in the 30s in Illinois or Bill Clinton was in the 30s in Arkansas? Absolutely not. And right now, he's watching the wheels fall off right under him. He's now looking for something new to blame his failures on, like the media. He's reportedly venting to his aides that, quote, he's not getting credit from Americans or the news media for actions he believes have helped the country, particularly on the economy. The president has also told aides he doesn't think enough Democrats go on television to defend him. Wait a second. First of all, I thought Biden didn't watch the news. That's what he told us. The truth is, Democrats have been going to bat for him since day one. It's all Democrats in the media. And his polls are still in the gutter. You can't just say things are great when the people are paying high gas prices, their 401ks are getting wrecked, and people are starting to get laid off. So maybe Joe should rely less on the media pundits lying for him and spend more time owning up to his problems. Like today, when he was asked about inflation, he gave us the same clueless, no response.
Mr. President, why do you think there is
If Joe wants people to know he's president, then maybe he should start acting like one.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.